Let's talk about casual relationships and midlife folks because that's becoming more common in this modern hookup culture. More people in midlife are gravitating towards casual connections because one, they have passed the age of creating a family. So commitment and marriage is not important anymore. Second, with age, your priorities, interests, etc. change. So casual dating can give you the benefit of freedom to discover about yourself, what your wants and needs are in a relationship before getting serious. And yes, you're not the only one in your 50s and 60s who doesn't know what you want. Many people don't. But a casual connection can mean differently to different people depending on, their personal beliefs and values. The ethics of casual relationships are complex in this day and age. It is not clear cut as you think. That is why it is very important to communicate. I encourage you to make it clear in the beginning what you're looking for so that the other person can tell you if they are interested or not. Just tell them directly that I'm not looking to get into a committed relationship. Instead of saying, I'm just being cautious or this or that, that can be interpreted in different ways. Also, talk about what exactly is your idea about your casualness, because the word casual leaves things for open interpretation. So you got to lay out the truth to see if both of you are on the same page or not. For example, for one, it may be just casual sex and doing fun activities with that particular one person. And for another, it may be that plus seeing other people also at the same time. Casualness is an open field, so you need to make it clear. Then you need to both agree that you are good with that arrangement. Now, keep in mind, relationships take up a lot of energy, and if you're seeing multiple people, think about that. Do you have time and energy for all that? You can use that energy and spend time with one person and create a beautiful relationship. One big challenge you can face in casual connection is that another person can get emotionally invested. While some people are able to engage in casual sex without developing feelings, um, others may not. So that's why I said be honest and clear from the very beginning, because casual relationships can sometimes lead to hurt feelings and affect the self-esteem of the other person if they feel used. Another disadvantage is that you cannot have too many expectations in a casual relationship. You cannot expect that person to be there for you every time when you need them in a difficult situation. You cannot expect them to be with you when you're bored or at your convenience. You have to take that with a pinch of salt. Remember, you decided that you both will keep it casual, so no expectations. So before going into a casual relationship, think about it. If you are okay with being treated casually. The thing is, people like the idea because they don't want any responsibility, but many cannot handle it. And that's one of the reasons for them to hop from one person to another. And these dating apps and social media have made it even easier for people where they are flooded with so many options. Okay, casual relationships do offer some benefits. Like you have flexibility, you have the freedom to do whatever you want to do, you have your space, all your space you want. You get to explore different partners and experiences. You don't have to be responsible for another person in your life. A casual relationship has become like a leisure activity itself. You want to indulge in it when you're bored. So, before going in for a casual connection, and if it's a right choice for you, think about it, what your needs and priorities are. Because these connections can be superficial. So, ask yourself, what are you looking for at this point in your life? If you're longing for casual, you need to ask yourself why. Why do you hesitate to go deeper with another person? For some, the baggage of their past brings fears of the future and commitment. And many times, many of you don't want to dig deeper because you don't want to know. You don't want to face unpleasant and uncomfortable emotions, so you avoid it. And sometimes Those with insecure attachment styles or avoidant attachment, for example, may be more inclined to casual connections as a way to avoid emotional vulnerability and intimacy. But I want to remind you here that none of us are 100% secure. It's a wide spectrum. Everyone falls differently on that spectrum of different attachment styles. So don't think if you fall into the anxious or avoidant category, you become inferior of some sort or you're messed up. No, you're not messed up. Also, we can have multiple attachment styles and they keep changing from time to time, from relationship to relationship. Anyways, attachment style is a big topic to get into. The bottom line is people who avoid emotional intimacy prefer casual relationship because they don't have to be vulnerable with that person and it suits them. Research has shown that in casual relationships, when people engage in casual sex, go from one person to another, these repeated casual interactions with multiple partners rewire the brain. That's how we rewire our brain, right? With repetition. When we want to change a habit or thoughts, we repeat a certain thing to learn and unlearn. Same way, your brain forms a new pattern, and this new pattern becomes a new normal. When a person gets used to seeing multiple people, they crave novelty, and it's hard for them to stay monogamous, which brings down the chances of having a long-lasting and healthy relationship or marriage. And when that person desires to have a long-term later on, that person has difficulty achieving a meaningful, substantial connection because they don't have the tools or skills anymore to navigate a healthy relationship. They don't know how. There has been a unique study by the Harvard Study of Adult Development where 724 men's lives were followed for 75 years. That's a long follow-up. I have to say that requires some dedication. Anyways, it was found good quality relationships keeps us happier and healthier. Dating apps and social media may have made it easier for you and increased your chances of having sex with more partners. But playing the numbers game can be a significant disadvantage in the long run. So ask yourself, are you looking for love? And if not, then yes, casual dating and relationship is for you. If you're confused, casual relationships can keep you stuck and in the same cycle for a longer time than you think. But again, you need to be honest with yourself and the other person. I cannot stress that enough. So next time you meet someone new, ask that person, what are they looking for? What is their purpose on these dating apps? Communicate what you're looking for. There are no maybes. It has to be either yes or no. Simple as that. If you hear maybes, or let's go with the flow, or we will see how it goes, or that person beats around the bush, or avoids a question, or changes the topic, or there's a silence after your question, well, that's your answer. The answer is that person is not what you're looking for, and it's time to leave. Your goals don't align with each other. I know these kind of questions go out of the window when you are too attracted to that person, but try to remember. Stay true to yourself and your purpose. Date mindfully. Make your choice wisely.